You see the water at the wall?
It's coming up.
At the wall. It's coming up. You think Dave making it to work? Fuck no.
The only reason it's not in here is because we have a wall up, okay? Like,
just looking down the hill. Damn, them niggas. You just call and know they're not going to answer. You imagine just sitting on the roof, get your phone ring. Nigga, this shit work. Hello? Hey, you coming in?
What you mean, dog? What you want me to swim?
Unfortunately, the first and second floors are underwater.
My car's not a boat.
Sorry.
This ain't a little boat. Nigga, it's not
I do not have a jet
no
ski
type of
to
boat.
arrive today.
Markellith.
Fultz.
Marquise. What's going on, guys? We just spent 2.5 minutes just talking. My name's Cliff, and this is Higher Education's podcast. Today, I am joined by a plethora or dearth. Dearth means lack. Plethora means a lot.
It's not dirt.
I am joined by a litany of people today. You guys want to go down the line, introduce yourselves? We already know you three, but
I'm
do
X.
it anyway.
I'm X. Hi.
I'm Lloyd.
I'm Jake, and I'm a little sick.
Hey, he leaned in though. I fuck with that.
Is that your rap name?
Oh, it can be if you want it.
They call me Lil Sick.
Call me Lil Sick.
Call me
I
Lil
was
Sick.
about to say that.
Or J Sick with a dash in it.
So I'd be so sick on the beat.
And
Do you use one of those like cool S's to write your name too?
Oh yeah.
You got
Like
like a
one of the
chain
money
S?
signs.
Yeah, you're a little sick with the.
You have a necklace that says ill on it.
Oh yeah.
I know where
Ill
she
and
put this.
severely contagious.
Was I the only person who would walk through the mall and want one of those necklaces that had like a spinning rim on it? That was just me.
I want to say yes, but I kind of want one too. So we got
Flav just put it to rest for me after I saw him with one with the whole.
Put it to
clock.
I was like, if he can rock it, I can.
What are
rock
you talking
it.
about? Put it to rest. I was like,
Yeah,
all right,
no,
he
yeah.
put it on it. Now that's me too.
Maybe not that, but I was like, if he could wear it, I for sure could wear it.
Exactly.
So I got a whole bounty of topics I want to talk about, guys.
Let's
So
get
first, before we talk about it, we were talking about the fact that you started at Hills, and Brian said, "What did you scoop?" So what'd you scoop?
Cupcakes. I didn't scoop.
Oh no, you
anything.
mixed
I
crab cakes.
mixed the.
All right, so
crab cakes.
how was the first day at Hills?
I mean,
What's the recipe to those crab cakes?
Yeah, I'm a little
I don't know.
intrigued here, X.
Fucking Julia did it.
Crab cakes.
Julia put the mixtures in there, and I wasn't
They're just
doing
helping
anything. So I was like, "Hey, do you need any help?"
Literally, because we had like five
Literally,
people standing
like,
around.
It was, that's how much it
Oh,
was.
so
Um,
when they said that they mixed crab cakes, they just.
Oh no, yeah, literally just was the end part.
yeah. I mean, okay, yeah.
No, yeah, I'm sorry, because she
Yeah.
got
And
the
then I
other.
added- then I added
She
the-
actually did the other 4 bowls, and then you just helped the end part.
Not only that,
She had to do
I
it.
did. I did like 2 or 3. She put all the mixtures in there.
Yeah, she had
that's
to
what
open
I'm
all
saying.
those
And then I
cans
put
and
the-
shit.
that's
Yeah,
what
that's
I was That's the hard part.
You hit the cans, you open the cans, you fucking.
Well, hey, I was
the shit, weigh it all out.
I was just trying to be helpful.
He's like,
you
they're
know,
like, I
was
put
just trying
saran
to be
wrap on it.
helpful. I did that too. I put it in the cooler.
I was helping.
I was helping, man. I was helping. Yeah, it's dope.
I
It was-
did.
it
Did
was
you like
dope.
serving customers? Did you would you have any annoying customers yet? Or no.
Nah. I mean,
Did you see any
I
annoying
saw
customers?
I saw you talking with the one lady who was just kind of it was kind of she's trying to buy some salmon, I think, and she kept saying it was for her husband, and like he's like a big dude, and she wanted like a specific weight, but also kept saying that she wanted it like based on her hand size, and I was just looking over like, you know, trying to be all innocent or whatever.
I do not pick the
And he's like,
density in which
CJ's
the
like,
fish is.
he's like, I am not very good with the hand
tell people-
motions.
I tell people straight
Can
up.
you just like let me know what size you want? And I'm like looking at him. I'm like, yeah.
Because I guarantee you,
like, please do something, lady.
4 out of 5 times, if you tell me you want 12 ounces, I can cut you between 0.7 to 0.85.
Right.
12 ounces is 0.75. And people are usually fine anywhere in those margins.
Yeah.
If you say, give me this, I can maybe guess you want 0.4 or you want 0.5. I have no idea.
Yeah. And see, so the issue in that is like that we have to weigh it the whole time. So like, yeah, I just kind of thought it was funny. Everybody else seemed like pretty chill. You know, coworkers are.
Oh
okay.
my God. I got to tell you what happened because we were training someone else. We were training the girl. She doesn't watch this podcast, so we're cool with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really want her brother to be gay. So like,
all right. Anyway, so we get a call. What was that, Sunday? We get a call
Yeah, Sunday.
Monday from Exton. Like, yo, this lady just called us. It's entirely the wrong store, and she said that she ordered ice, or she ordered halibut, and she was like, "Can you put ice in the bag?" And Christina was like, "Yeah." And then she put ice in the bag.
you let this bitch answer the phone.
What? No, I answered the phone.
Oh, I was like,
this is the story being told to me.
Oh, okay, I
So
was
the
like,
lady
Exton called on Monday.
Exton called us
saying
on
that
Monday.
A lady called their store and gave them this story.
Okay.
Which
Yeah.
is
Okay. I
So
got
she ordered halibut, and then she was like, "Can you put ice in the bag?"
it. Right.
And we were like, "Yeah, we can do that."
Of course.
So she gets home, opens the bag, it's just ice.
there's no halibut.
What?
Yeah.
The halibut's just sitting
So-
there on the counter.
Yeah, and so what we usually do is that if
Oh,
we forget
man.
something like that, we'll just give it to you and give you your money back. So she shows up, and she was the nicest person. I thought she was gonna go off like most of our customers do, and we were just like, "Hey, like, we're so sorry." And she's like, "All right, how much do I owe you?" And we're like, "No.
No.
One-
we fucked up.
One,
really badly.
you already paid, so you don't owe anything.
No.
Two, here's your fish, and now hold on, don't leave.
Here's your money.
Here's your money back. Oh, I don't. No.
No.
Take your money.
Take your money. We
So,
gave you
take it,
just
please,
ice,
take it.
okay?
That's a lot nicer.
You went home with just ice.
Like,
We are,
come on.
it's our bad.
That's really a fuck up.
I'm mad.
Speaking of shitty,
But it wasn't our
customers,
store though, so like.
No,
No,
it
it was
our store.
They called
Yeah, that
the
happened the
wrong
day you were
store.
training.
Oh shit.
That happened because we trained 3. It's not even her fault. We trained 3 people in one day.
Yeah.
How much was this ice?
Yeah, fucking like $30 probably. Like 2 pounds of halibut is like $60.
Oh, that makes so
$50.
much more sense. They had a manager's meeting, and Danny walked in, and he was like, "Jamie, how much is your ice over here?" It's like $27 per pound. And I was like, "Why does this guy ask about it?" Yeah, ice. I was like, "I don't know."
This lady came in because we overcharged her for
God
deviled
damn.
clams.
Oh man.
Instead of giving them to her at $3.49 for 3,
It's $3.98.
Yes.
or excuse me, $3.98 for 3, they charged her $1.49 for 3. $1.39 each. $1.49
She
each
should have
for
been out
3.
with that.
No,
Wait, when I
we overcharged her.
I
Yeah,
see
by
what
like
happened.
by
50 cents.
49 cents.
Yeah, because they're $1.49 for
This-
one.
Yeah, I saw 50
Bitch.
cents.
This bitch came back
Shoot,
for
salty.
just her 49 cents.
Bro, I had something like
Not,
that.
Really?
not even like, oh,
Bruh.
you guys overcharged me and I'm picking up something else. 50 cents is 50 cents. I understand that. She literally came back, got her 49 cents, and then just dipped. And I literally said to Brendan, I was like, does she realize that she probably
Spent
spent
that.
more money driving
Coming
here
home
in
with that.
gas than she does getting the bat? Like, she comes back and she gets all like Inspector Gadget, like, and she has it like written down on the fucking receipt. And I'm literally thinking to myself, I'm like, how the fuck did you realize this? Like, what
realized
detective work did you do at
She doesn't have
home?
pockets.
She's like written down on there. She's like crabs, like
Could be.
like she had like
Could
itemized
be.
They
out.
go through that because they go to our store so much that they're like, I'm used to a certain price.
Yeah.
And if this price is
Like,
above
why
it,
was this a
something
little
happened.
different?
Like I had
Like, where's my
something,
change?
I had something similar to that where I overcharged this dude $2 for flounder because he got like 2 pieces of baby flounder. I gave him like a piece that was too big, so he paid $2 extra. And I saw him before he leave examine the sticker, like the price sticker. Then he left. Then he came back, and he was like, "Oh, this is wrong." It's like, why did you even leave in the first place? If you saw,
You saw it
the
was a
pr-
mistake.
This might be wrong. I have a
Huh.
hunch.
See,
Let me
yeah,
not-
I
let me-
swear
let me
they
not
check
check. Let me
just to
not
make
check.
sure.
it.
Oh, wow.
I swear.
And
Let me.
just-
Why would you not even? Granted, don't check it in the store. Go to your car, and then check it. If you don't want to check it in front of us, why would you leave and come back if you already saw the sign?
He had to go to his
I
laboratory.
almost hella undersold
Check it
one of
out.
our customers.
Jesus Christ.
I gave her a cod loin at the tilapia price. Think about that.
Ooh, yeah. That's,
She caught it and she was like, she like
They're
pulled
so
her
nice.
card back and was like, I don't think that's right. And I was like, I literally thought about it in my head and I was like, no, you're right. That's not right.
they
And
don't
I had
be
to
trying
like
to steal
walk
like
over.
that.
It was already wrapped up too, so I had to like process how I wanted to do it. I was like, I just print a new sticker. For,
I was gonna say
for
if,
the
it's,
weight.
if
Yeah,
you
so
already
just print
get
a
that
new sticker for
situation
the
when
weight.
it's you just tear it 5 and hit it.
No, I literally the sticker said 1.11. Put the thing on there and it said 1.12, and I was like, tear 1. It's like
Alright.
I was like, it's this. It's literally
I always just
1,000
be-
off. Like, who gives a shit?
You know what? No, I'll tell you later. Tell you later.
Oh man.
Well,
I a lot of times just end up instead
Oh,
of
you're not talking
cutting-
about what
instead of
stories on
cutting-
camera.
Instead of cutting fish, a lot of times
I was like,
I'll
yeah,
just end
I
up
got some
tearing
stuff.
out the weight that they want. Like,
What?
I'll get like a fish that's like they want half a pound, and I'll put one up there that's like 0.7, and they'll look at me like, no, I want half a pound, and I look and there's like nothing I can do, so instead of like cutting off 0.2 and putting 0.2 back, I'll just end up like tearing out like 0.15 and it'll come out to like 0.55 and they'll be like,
that's the thing though, is that Brendan said this the other day, is that if it's something like 0.2 or less, especially with king salmon that's very thick but very shallow, just give it to the customer because we're not going to sell that piece.
That's like literally, I was like,
We're
it's
literally not
not
gonna
a
sell
quarter
that
of a
piece.
pound. Like I'm not going to sell a piece to somebody that's less than a quarter of a
But
pound.
if I know you come in and do that on purpose, you're not getting shit. So
like examining a piece of salmon, like that looks like it's just 3/4 of a pound. I want half a pound. You gonna get?
I hate when people come in and they're like, "Oh, yeah, I'm looking for a piece of blah blah blah." You know how much you're looking for? Nah, but I want one that size. Are you sure that might be this weight? Nah, it's gonna be. I weigh it. Oh, it's like this weight.
My favorite.
That's
is
too much.
salmon. No, see, that's the thing. They always do that
I told
with
you
the
it was
salmon.
too much. I told you it was too much.
Salmon.
I've been working here. I know it.
They're like, let me get a pound of salmon. That one looks like a pound, and I'm like,
no more work time.
no, this is very much not a pound. I lift it up there, I put it on there, and they go, 3.4 pounds. Yeah, no, that's not a pound.
I don't care. It's the first 2 minutes. I don't care.
Oh,
yeah.
Whatever.
I got some topics, and some of them can be
sure.
breezed over, some of them not. But the first topic I want to talk about, since
we
talked a lot about work talk. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's all in the time frame worked in here. I got.
True.
I plan stuff out. I don't plan a lot of stuff out, but I plan this out.
Word.
So, the first topic I want to talk about is Antonio Brown is out of the NFL.
Man, don't get me started.
And enrolled at Central Michigan.
I did not went in on this wild ride. You know how fun it was from the outside, being like, "Damn, yo, the Steelers." I fucking hate. I don't really hate the Steelers, but
I hate the Steelers.
Bro,
I fucking hate the Steelers.
I can't even call it a rivalry.
I hate the Steelers.
I can't even call
TJ Watt too.
Nigga, you salty. TJ Watt a beast though.
He's also a Panthers
He's good,
fan,
but I'm
so
a Panthers fan, so I
yeah.
fucking hate TJ Watt for that.
Why didn't he dive on the ball? Anyway.
All right, whoa. We're not getting into this. We're talking about the Steelers. Not the Super Bowl, all right? We're not doing this.
Just saying.
Hey, I will let you know I was one of Cam's biggest defenders because a lot of the
Seriously.
anti-Cam fans felt like they were just anti-black and Cam was just a good lightning rod. And I was anyway. Back to another black man, but this one's crazy. Antonio Brown, like I was saying, it was funny watching the Steelers drama, and it's like, fuck those niggas. And then it's the Raiders drama, and you're like, fuck those niggas. And then I was like, oh.
And then all that comes all the way back to you.
I was like, hey, this is I am not tall enough to ride this ride. Like, oh shit.
So, yeah, you're doing too much now.
I literally tweeted, I was like, this is I'm not tall enough for this ride. And then it was my ride, and I was like, I guess I am. Like the allegory I like to use is that it's like I got a Christmas present, and Pops is like, yo, I dropped it, it's broken. And you look at it and you're like, damn, the box looks fine though. I don't see any dents or any bumps or anything. Let me just go ahead and open it. And you open it and it just shatters.
It works one time.
Everything and it's shattered. It works a little bit one time. And you're like, damn, let me press a bunch of buttons at it.
Yeah, it'll be
because
fine.
in that game against Miami, there was literally one drive. They went 4 and out and they were just like, let's just feed it to AB and see if this could work out. And they were just feeding it. Now, granted, he had this nice touchdown where he like cut back. I was like,
Yeah.
And that would have been nice for
good.
15 more games or 14
Easily.
more games.
Easily.
13 more games.
For AB, I mean,
because of bye
it's
week.
great,
But
with all that drama, though,
You're not making the
I don't
playoffs?
know if that's worth it.
it's not. It literally was like, nigga, be gone. Because when he left the Raiders, it was like I froze my feet off. I don't want to be here, and that's what it felt like. Instead of just him being crazy, because before it was like, then they go on a CTE. That's what he got. And then he got to the Pats, and I was like, maybe he did want to be here. The Raiders do kind of suck. Maybe he did want to be. And then the sexual allegations came out, and that shit was like, I don't want to say it's annoying, but it did feel like media was like, yeah, Patriot star Antonio Brown, Patriot star.
Waiting for it.
That's definitely why he
They were
got cut,
waiting
though.
for
They would have
it.
kept him. I feel like they would have kept him if it didn't start
So,
slandering the Patriots.
A second, all right, and then everything cooled down because that was a civil court lawsuit. And the Pats and the Roger Goodell didn't place them on the NFL exemption list, which is supposed to be a place to place players where they still get paid, but they just can't play. But it's basically a guilty verdict. So he wasn't placed on the exempt list. And the Pats didn't suspend him because they're saying it's a civil suit. We need to see what happens once it becomes an actual prosecution type thing. Then we would step in and do something, but it's not. Right. And so there was a wait and see thing. Miami Dolphins game happened. And then Sports Illustrated dropped an article with the second accusation. Again, they were just going to let it ride because that's just an article. And then Antonio Brown texted the person, his lawyer, and someone else in a group chat saying, like, look into her, this and that, pictures of her and her family. And people are like, that's not inherently threatening. And I'm like, that's a threat. I'm saying, look into this person.
That's pretty.
That looks really guilty.
Why would and he put her in the group message. And the Pats were like, that's it. And there's this really funny video of Bill Belichick giving a report, and this lady asked this question about Antonio Brown because she has to. And the way she asked the question is very much like, I have to ask this question, and I know you won't answer. And Bill Belichick gave this glare, and everyone was like, why are you giving it? Literally, Bill Belichick death stare. And everyone was like, why are you death staring her? And the way I interpret this as Bill Belichick being like, oh, I thought you were gonna, you didn't keep going?
I think I'd be remiss if I didn't ask, what was the final straw with Antonio Brown?
Yeah, we're focused on the Jets today.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you.
You see the little,
He
you see the little back?
Said, hey, we're focused on the Jets today.
Don't ask about him.
You
ever
got,
again.
you got.
I think I'd be remiss if I didn't ask, what was the final
Because you gotta peep this nigga where he be like, what?
That's so awkward. The quick.
I think I'd be remiss if I didn't ask, what was the final straw with Antonio Brown?
Yeah, we're focused on the Jets today.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you.
He didn't even say anything.
He's like, oh shit, all right.
He's like,
yeah,
keep
man.
walking.
He's like, I didn't want to answer.
Bitch,
Because
walk
like the
away.
day before, someone asked him 3 questions in a row about Antonio Brown. He just dipped. And I was like, I'm not answering these questions.
I'm
I said
done
so.
with you.
So yeah, and then
Right.
Antonio Brown said that I'm not playing the NFL anymore. He was like, you got people playing the NFL who did this. He was like, Robert Kraft was caught in the spa, and it was like he just throwing like, nigga,
Oh,
what
wow.
are you
What
doing?
did
Nigga?
Robert
What-
Kraft do?
He was tweeting on it. He tweeted at Shannon Sharp. He was tweeting at everybody.
Shannon fired back at him too.
Yeah, I saw that. So Antonio Brown re-enrolled at his alma mater,
Yeah,
Central Michigan University.
He better go back and play.
Also,
Go back and play.
somebody got to tell this nigga he can't play.
Go
He
restart
has to
his
know.
career.
It's the comeback kid.
He also has been ordered by a Miami judge to appear for deposition in court over trashing a Florida condominium in 2018.
Bruh.
You're tripping.
It's all just coming out on him now.
He's
Dude.
just fucked, man.
Really?
He's fucked.
They said, "Oh,
It's crazy.
the first one didn't work.
Nah,
Drop
we
a
got-
bomb on him."
I bet you it was all. I bet you it
That
was
didn't
all
work?
Tekashi.
We got hella
Just keep going.
Yeah,
Take all these
yeah.
Y'all
down.
hear about
Tekashi.
Antonio Brown?
You know what I'm saying?
All right, the second thing I want to talk about is Tim Tebow out here sounding like a slave. Did y'all hear Tim Tebow? Did you hear Tim Tebow? Did you hear?
No.
Did you hear Tim
heard-
Tebow?
no.
It's about how they were getting paid for the NCAA.
Bruh, because
Like,
the
now
NCAA,
they're getting
all right. So basically, we know how the NCAA
Yeah, now-
doesn't pay people anything, right?
Yeah. They,
Good. I
they
didn't
make
mean to
their
cut
money
you
off of college
Oh, you're
players.
cool. And it's like they came out with video, or now that they're starting to pay athletes and give them endorsement deals, like get them paid for what they do. And Tim Tebow came out snapping like when he was in college that he didn't do that in colleges, meant just to enjoy the game and not try to get money.
Yeah.
And
So
he was just
basically,
going off. This
California
video.
proposed a bill that, if signed and passed through, would allow for athletes in California, like college athletes, to make money. And LeBron was talking about it, and it was just because that would be such a big deal. Because one, how would the NCAA handle that? The NCAA is saying, fuck no, we know that because they want their bread.
Right.
But they're saying, fuck no, because that's going to make everyone want to go to these California schools to play.
Right. Instead of like actual
Yeah.
good schools. I mean, but
And so, go ahead.
I mean, it's a double-edged sword, kind of. Like, while it incentivizes a lot of college athletes to go to California because, it's a great thing, it also would probably help out a lot of, like, those college athletes, too, because I'm thinking, like, take Jimmy Butler, for example, fucking was homeless. So imagine like coming through that and you're being like, oh, I get to play ball, and now you're gonna
And I
pay me
can
for
make
it, so I
money
actually
too?
can, have some sort of living situation. Like that'd be pretty nice. But like I said, it's a double-edged sword, man. So
I think it's true, but also I feel like it would force other states to do the same thing, so that kids would come to their states, forcing it to be like, hey, NCAA, you're not a government entity. You're just you're a private organization, so you can make whatever rules you want, but we can also just dip and make our own shit that's better than the NCAA. It won't happen because it wouldn't take. There's so many schools in the NCAA. It just would not be possible.
yeah, 100%.
But Tim Tebow was out here wild, and he said this: "If a commercial don't play first,
Tim, who can't, so it's a slippery slope and the athletes won't be as exploited anymore, as though boosters aren't already incentivizing people to do it, but behind closed doors? I mean, I don't understand what the problem is. Why can't they make profit off their likeness?
Well, then it just becomes the NFL. Now it's just who has the most money, who's going to pay them the most. And I think you take
a lot of the authenticity and the realness in college football away. And are there people doing things that are illegal? Of course. But we're not going to set the standard for the people that are doing it the wrong way. We're going to set the standard for the people that are doing it the right way. And of course, there's people that are going to try to go around and sneak and cheat. And that's been happening in college football. That's why we have to punish them. That's why we have rules, and we got to follow the rules. And if we do it the right way, then college football is going to still be the best game in the U.S. because that's people.
You sound like a motherfucker who won the Heisman and didn't do shit in the NFL. College football's better than pro football.
I feel like I have a little credibility and knowledge about this because when I was at the University of Florida, I think my jersey was one of the top selling jerseys around the world. It was like Kobe, LeBron, and then I was right behind them, and I didn't make $1 from it. But nor did I want to.
Real quick, I thought he was gonna say I should have.
Why?
He said, "Nor did I want to." Let's go.
Because I knew going into college what it was all about. I knew going to Florida, my dream school, where I wanted to go, the passion for it. And if I could support my team, support my college, support my university, that's what it's all about. But now we're changing it from us, from my university, from being an alumni where I care, which makes college football and college sports special, to then, okay, it's not about us, it's not about we, it's just about me. And yes, I know we live in a selfish culture where it's all about us, but we're just adding and piling it onto that, where it changes what's
Fuck you,
special
you're
about
telling
college
people that
football.
they can't work for
The NFL,
themselves so that a
where you have the
corporation
most
can
money,
keep it all
that's
for
where you go.
themselves.
That's why people are more passionate about college sports than they are about NFL. That's why the stadiums are bigger in college than they are in the NFL because it's about your team, it's about your university, it's about where my
Because the
family
tickets
wanted
are
to
cheaper.
go.
I'll talk
It's
about that.
where
I'll talk about
my
it.
grandfather had a dream of seeing Florida win an SEC championship, and you're taking that away so that young kids can earn $1. And that's just not where I feel like college football needs to go. There's that
Needs to
opportunity
go.
in the NFL, but not in college football.
I'm gonna go off. I'm gonna go off. One, college football players are not paid. You know why they're not paid? When college sports started, college was for the rich to go to. So only the rich played college sports. They didn't need to be paid.
No.
Tim Tebow comes from a
Jamaican.
place of not so much privilege, but to be saying what he is saying, it is so much privilege. You went to a school where your parents could afford to send you care packages. You didn't need to think about money. You were chilling.
That's true.
You were a legacy and you were chilling. I don't have a school I could go to be a legacy.
You're at the top of your fucking game too, dude.
Also,
You're
this is a
literally
man
peaking, man. You
top
won the
of his
fucking
game.
Heisman, didn't you?
This is the man who has not been in football because he refused to switch positions. He's still making money.
It goes back to my point, fam.
And he's telling other people they're not supposed to be making money.
Fam, there's so many people that could benefit from making money as a college student, man.
So I'm so glad you said that before we played Tim Tebow's
college
dumbass.
is fucking expensive, man, for no
So
reason,
expensive.
dude.
It's way too
No
fucking
reason, man. Like you mean to tell me it's not okay for some of these kids to be making some money that's gonna be paying back some of this fucking debt that they're gonna end up incurring, like. Whether they're playing, whether they make it into like pro football, pro basketball or not, man.
Tim
like,
at least
that's
made
still
it to
so
the
much
NFL.
fucking money.
And
Tim
he's in the
Tebow,
MLB now.
Like it's crazy, dude. It's fucking crazy.
So,
You're right. He's coming from a place of privilege, man. From a place of money, man. And like as somebody
everyone
who doesn't have that shit,
was flaming him too.
Fuck that, dude.
Everyone
like,
was flaming him. They was getting
seriously.
on it. Athletes was like, nigga.
What's wrong with fuck off?
Nigga, you don't come from where we came from.
No.
So why are you speaking?
You don't know what it's fucking like, fam.
Also, you know what it feels like? It feels like those people that are like, nah, yo, I put in this work, so they need to do that because I didn't get to do that. And it's like, nigga, just... So, like, it's the people that are like, we shouldn't get rid of college debt because, like, I had to pay mine. And it's like, because I had to pay mine, I don't want you to pay yours.
That's ridiculous.
Did you want to pay yours?
I mean, that's like
or you didn't want to pay it. How about that?
Like, what's up?
That's like the first person who builds a house. Like, nah, I don't want to teach you how to build a house because then you'll have a house, and my house won't be as cool.
Why don't you serve some electricity over here?
Like I had to live without a house. You had to live without a house.
Your grass looking pretty
cold,
long,
man. Freezing our asses over here.
Grass looking
stinks.
mighty,
You smell like
mighty
shit.
cold.
All right, so
starts playing.
The next topic I want to talk about is a 21-year-old college student. He worked at a Texas hotel for 32 hours straight by himself.
Jesus.
So
how is that possible?
In a hotel?
Satchel Smith's father dropped him off at the hotel. It was supposed to be a little shift from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m., right? Tropical storm turned depression. Imelda unleashed torrential flooding that trapped him and 90 other guests inside the hotel.
Oh, shit.
For 32 hours, beginning from Wednesday afternoon, the 21-year-old was the hotel's only employee. I am high.
Yeah, that's
But-
like Shining type shit, yeah.
2 days, this nigga was everything. He was like the fucking concierge. He was doing people's laundry. He was cooking food for people. And he was even saying, like, I can't cook, but like one of the guests helped him cook too. Like, he was doing it all.
That's pretty fucking lit.
He better be
But
getting
at the
like
same
some crazy
time,
promotion.
They about to
for
At the
they
him.
same
about they about to
time,
hit him
during
like
flood
so
time,
you
At the
hit,
same time,
you had
actually-
time and a half a
Look.
while ago, so like we really can only pay you for like 14 of those 32
Bitch.
hours.
Like, nigga.
Well,
actually, really,
you
bitch?
didn't have authorization to use the washing machine, so you're fired.
He cost us so much money.
Hey, yo,
Start suing him instead.
real ass shit. I'm not about to wash your clothes during a tropical storm.
He also
I might dry them. I might try to dry
I'm
them.
gonna help niggas out, especially because like
Oh yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
hotel could have been fucked. They booked so many rooms and then they had one nigga staff there.
Oh man.
They were like, someone's coming in 4 hours. What could happen in 4 hours?
A lot.
4 hours later,
Whole
hey,
fucking tropical storm.
you see,
you see- like-
you see this, you see the
This
water
joint's
at the
like-
wall.
It's coming up.
At the wall,
It's coming
nigga.
up.
You think Dave making it to work? Fuck no,
The
nigga. I'm
only
on my roof.
reason,
We've lost floors one
the
and
only
two.
reason it's
Dave's
not
on
in
the roof.
here is because we have a wall up. Okay, like,
Just looking
we
down the
would be
hill. Damn, them
fucking
niggas.
screwed.
You just call and know they're not gonna answer. You imagine just sitting on the roof, get your phone ring, ring, ring. Nigga, this shit work. Hello? Hey, you coming in?
I'm
What you
floating
mean,
down.
dog? What you want me to swim?
Unfortunately, the first and second floors are underwater.
My car's not a boat.
Sorry,
This ain't a little boat. Nigga, it's not
I do
any
not
boat.
have a
There's
jet
no
ski
type of
to
boat.
arrive today.
Yo, I saw this
I'll
fucking
swim there as
video on
soon as
YouTube.
possible.
There's this dude in
Really?
Manhattan who goes to work
See if I can hit.
on a jet ski.
See if I can hit your boat.
Hmm,
What?
This dude
Where?
lives in Jersey City, in New Jersey,
that's actually pretty tight.
and he jet skis across the Hudson, or not across the Hudson, but across the like bay into Manhattan, and then just instead of like driving to work, it used to take him like an hour and a half to get to work. Takes him like 20 minutes on a jet ski, and he gets to ride a jet ski to work.
That's pretty lit. Imagine dropping your backpack though in
That
the
would
water.
suck.
That's
I always
what I'm
think-
thinking. I'm thinking about all the bad shit that can happen. Like,
That's all I always think about when I see people ride motorcycles to work, and I'm like, what happened?
He wants to
Didn't
take
open yet,
5.
though.
What happened?
He wants to take 5.
Who wants on my take fives?
I want a stick.
I
He
didn't
has
even
to
open
take
yet.
5. Take 5 what?
They're not take.
The
they're
bar,
not
nigga, the
Reese's
candy
sticks,
bar.
they're take fives.
Oh.
What is it?
It's a Reese's take
They're
five.
amazing.
No, he has to take 5.
They're so
It's a
good.
Reese's with like pretzels and like.
Is it
Yeah.
just a cup?
Shit.
No,
No, it's,
nigga, that's what they
you
do.
never had a take five?
It's a bar, fam.
Gotta give him
It's
some.
a
Is it
bar.
in a stick?
It's not in
It's
a
like
stick.
in a bar.
Is
It's
it
in like a
one
bar.
giant bar?
Reese's, give me
Yes,
money.
it's
Wait,
not
no,
one
look at the
giant
look at the
bar, it's like
package.
3 little giant bars.
It's a nug.
So could the term "give me a stick" be applied here?
Yeah.
Give me a turd.
Oh, give
So
me-
why are you
Yeah.
dogging me when
Give me
I
a
kept
square.
saying "give me a stick"? You're like, it's not Reese's sticks.
Because
It's
they're not
Reese's-
Reese's sticks.
I
You're
don't give a
asking
shit
for
if it is it in a
Reese's sticks, they're
stick
not
form.
Reese's
I
sticks.
wanted a stick.
It's like
That's
they're
all
like
I was
they're
asking
like
for.
squares. They're like squares.
I feel like
That's not a square.
I feel like
That's a square.
y'all both wrong. Hear me out. Hear me
That's a
out.
square.
You
There's
could have
no-
you could have been like bet. Hear me out. Nigga, it's not a stick, it's a nug.
I didn't know that.
He
He was trying to die on this John that it's not in
It's
stick.
So,
not
but wait, but
nug,
wait,
nigga.
but wait, but wait, but wait,
It's like
wait,
a
wait,
little
wait, wait, wait.
square.
Yeah.
Like,
You heard
gosh,
stick, and he's like, it's not
Like
a
a little
stick.
nougat bar.
That's what I'm saying.
Damn.
The only two things that were acceptable for me to be wrong is if they were in tiny cups like a Reese's or one big giant bar. That is multiple bars
It's
of a
2.
Reese's Heath thing. Those are sticks.
Can you give him one?
They're not sticks
God.
though. They're
Like,
bars.
you know those
It's
Snickers?
a
I
little
just- I
bar.
just-
Look
it's not a
at
stick.
this.
It's not a stick.
It's a little
It's not
bar.
a stick.
That
you know
is not a
those-
stick. That is like a little
That's a
nug.
stick. You know those
not a
Snickers?
fucking stick.
That is not.
You know those
that is
Snickers
not a
that come in
stick.
two?
You on camera. I don't need
You
to
know
touch
those
your
Snickers
camera.
that come in
It's not a
two?
stick.
In
Those are
some
sticks.
mud.
Those are
Not a
sticks.
stick.
The Snickers that come in two?
You lying, nigga.
Snickers?
Snickers
Let
bars,
me get
dude.
one. Let me get a stick.
Hey, wait,
get a
hey, wait,
square.
wait, 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 wait,
Not
wait,
sticks.
wait, 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 say,
Let me
say,
get a
say,
nug.
please.
Let me get a nug, please. Can I please get a nug?
Here we go.
I called it nug 3 times.
I just love to hear nug. All right, so
Yo, stick is delicious.
the next topic I want to talk
They're good
about
as hell.
is a resource officer arresting a 6 and 9-year-old. That is the title. That is the topic. This nigga was arresting a 6 and 9-year-old. He got called to class, and they were acting up. A 6 and 9-year-old, 2 separate occasions. They were acting up, and like kids do, they hit him. So he arrested him and took them to juvenile detention center.
But
What was it?
But
And there's supposed to be a procedure
can
to
he do
follow
that?
before you arrest someone. Yes.
okay.
Does he know the big
So
children?
okay,
Yeah, what?
Hold on. Let me stop. A fucking first grader and third grader, probably having some off days, what have you. Don't know what's going on in their lives. Probably throwing some temper tantrums. Don't know the full story.
Kid shit. Yeah.
Yeah, shit happens. Maybe got a little aggressive. I don't know why the fucking cops are called or
Well, it's
why
a school resource officers. They
Okay.
get an officer stationed there.
Cool. Okay, so already in the building. Blah
The
blah
nigga
blah.
that you would,
They're like,
okay, so this would be the nigga to call, I guess, if you, the teacher, couldn't handle the situation. He just did not do
if there was
anything right.
Right. So comes in and assuming these kids are probably just throwing temper tantrums. Yeah, you're a fucking person of authority. Probably shouldn't try and contain them or anything unless they're like going out to hurt somebody.
Hurting others, hurting themselves.
Yeah.
There's no reason
Why
to
was
touch
the
them at
officer
that point.
there?
Of course, that
that's
motherfucker's gonna
what were
hit
they
you.
doing
They're
for the
throwing.
officer to come
Well,
get them?
of course they're gonna hit you. They're
I can
throwing
just
a temper
assume teachers be
tantrum.
overwhelmed, and it was probably just like, hey,
Yeah,
come
can
get
you
her.
can you help me out?
And he
just
came
take
and
her
he
out
was
of
like,
class.
"What do you need?" She's like, "Oh,
Whoa,
chill.
calm down.
I just
fam.
need you to escort her." No, you mean me to grab her and arrest her and take her to jail?
No,
I
Your
didn't.
juvie?
Of course they.
Maybe the
Of
principal.
course they
Maybe
hit her, man.
Get him out of here.
Maybe the principal's office.
Maybe. Or
Nigga took
maybe
her
just
to
take her
jail?
outside and calm her down for a second.
Are there-
Hey,
Is
what's
there
going
daycare
on?
at juvie?
No.
How does
Can
that
you even
work?
take
No!
kids that young to juvie?
That's what I'm saying. Would they just sit in an office like,
Take her to the timeout jail.
we don't we don't know where to put these niggas.
What did they
Yeah, like
do?
these are way too young to put them in here. Like,
Like you said they hit you? What? You mean she was throwing the temper tantrum?
They assaulted
You
a police
bleed it.
officer.
Yeah.
Nigga, get the
So-
fuck
that
out of
tiny
here.
person
Is that who?
tattoo on
Where?
her
You
face?
just got your handcuffs. All right, nigga, calm your ass down.
He assaulted an officer.
You got a
Where?
flashlight.
Whoa.
I mean, me.
What you mean? You don't even got a nice stick, nigga.
You got a
Slap you
flashlight
on
and
the
peppermint
knee.
breath
Yeah,
stank. You don't even got pepper spray.
There we got pepper spray. So like,
You're supposed to contain fights, nigga, not arrest little
not
children.
start
What's wrong
fights.
with
That's
you?
So
ridiculous.
basically, he's suspended without pay.
Yeah, fuck
I
him.
don't
He
blame
should
him.
be
Yeah,
fired.
it should be.
He
Yeah.
should be fired 100%.
They're gonna investigate it, but I guess
What
we
you need to investigate for?
investigate.
Fire his
Yeah.
ass. Like, or
Yeah,
get hit
fire
me.
on him.
So,
That was a really hard
Are you-
9-year-old.
are you alive? Do you need to go to the hospital?
Those
Like,
6-year-olds
like
scared
no,
me,
nigga.
man.
He had an
Bye.
Xbox.
Try to stab you? Try to kill you? No, nigga. Back
No.
up. Like,
Leave.
6-year-old. What the? It's literally what you're trained to
Little
do.
nigga running with
like,
scissors. Get out of here.
why'd you hit me? Oh,
No, that's me hitting scissors.
Like,
No,
no,
not
I
the
got
kid.
you. I got you.
Not the kid. I was like, get these scissors out of here.
No, I'm saying the kid would be like, "Oh, why'd you hit me, nigga? You try to stab me with some scissors, nigga."
That's some Law and Order shit with the little kid. Like, oh, what you mean? I only just trying to kill my sister. It's like, all right, nigga.
All right, differences,
I
man.
was gonna say, this went down a little
That's
bit
whole
here.
lot.
Where are we
that
going
was,
here?
that was a whole episode, and then it was like a little kid that was trying to kill his sister, and then at the end of the episode, he was in the playroom in his apartment building, and he had a toddler, and he had a gun on the toddler, and then he shot the one nigga. Oh, thank you. Yeah, shout out Lloyd.
Like trying to tell
Thanks,
me
Lloyd.
Altoid.
that our breath smells.
Oh shit, that rhymes with Lloyd. I was trying to find a word that rhymed with Lloyd, and I was like,
You really need to like up yourself in rhyme game, fam. There's
it's
a
so
lot of-
basic. I
there's
was
so
telling
many
them, it was
words,
like, yeah, rhyme, time, and we do this on the dime because I like to rhyme all the time. See,
Crime.
lime,
Chime.
time,
Wine.
Spine.
rhyme,
Wine.
Time with a Y.
yai,
fine,
Time, like as in the spice.
chime, like to chime in,
Just time.
rhyme.
nigga. What? That was the
Stop
first
going
one.
back!
That was the cutoff point.
We're giving you like 20 words already.
Time.
Oh my
Stop.
god.
Rhyme.
What are you doing?
Time.
Grind.
Oh
What?
my God.
No, nigga, I was gonna say grind. Fuck you.
Nine.
I'm only half slow.
Line,
I cut
Mine.
it.
sign,
Mime.
pine,
Mine.
Trying.
yeah.
You stretch it.
I'm really slow. Time.
Nigga, say time one more time.
As you know, I spend 10 like
Get the
a
fuck out of here.
rhyme.
I swear to God, if you get it, if you catch another 8 and it ends with
Oh
rhyme,
my fucking god.
I'm just
Oh my
skipping
God.
it.
Oh my god.
I know where it's going.
Go.
Get a thesaurus.
And I'm on the end of a watermelon like a
Vine.
Like a vine.
Time.
I'm fucking leaving.
Oh
I'm fucking
my
leaving.
God.
I'm taking my mic.
I'm mad you said Vine though, because I was gonna say Rhine.
All right. Eat it off the rhyme.
On the end of the water, bro.
You know, because I heard it through the grapevine.
All the time.
Yeah, you do this all the
Oh my
time.
God.
When you try to rhyme.
Time.
What did you say? Odell Beckham might cut on a dime. Like Lil Dicky said.
Wait, like Lil Dicky said.
Like Lil Dicky said. When he
Alright.
lay her down
Oh,
in
shit.
bed. Or lay him down in bed.
God
Lay
damn.
him down in bed.
We got some time. All right. Am I the asshole?
Oh my God. He said it one more
Oh
time.
shit! No, that wasn't even on purpose. I'm so sorry. That wasn't even on purpose. I just looked at the clock and I was like, "Damn, yeah, all right." Bet. The next topic I want to talk about. I pulled this right from Reddit, the subreddit "Am I the asshole?" So the title goes, "Am I the asshole for not giving up our table to an autistic kid?" Okay, so a few days ago, I went to a nice cafe with my friends. We decided to sit in a corner that was close enough to the bar. We didn't even take our jackets off yet, and a young teenager, 13 or something, came towards us. I always sit there. Oh, well, it won't bother you if you sat somewhere else, wouldn't it? The kid suddenly started screaming for his mother, and she came ASAP. Rocky. The kid told her in tears that we stole his favorite place and pushed him away while doing so. We didn't even touch him. His mother comforted him and told us with a painfully forced smile that they always sat there since he was a baby and that was their special spot. I politely told her that I wasn't planning on moving since we had this table first. The kid started screaming, let himself fall on the floor, while his mother started to yell at us for being rude and unreasonable people. And then she says her son is autistic and doesn't like change. People were now looking, and then the manager came over. They clearly knew each other, and the mother started to say that they were loyal customers coming every 2 Friday nights since the birth of her son, and that she wouldn't be throwing a fit if the manager didn't just ban all those rude young people.
Whoa.
The dad stood there and glared at us a bit, but that's it. After a couple minutes, they left while pulling the kid out of the place. My friend told me that we had just moved to another table to avoid such a thing since autistic kids / people get frustrated if things don't go their way. Yeah. Am I the asshole for this?
Yes.
Edit. The place was already full, and the only tables that were free still had dirty plates on them. Here's what I think. There are a couple of votes for Am I the asshole? It's yes, you're the asshole.
I can see both.
No, you're not the asshole. They're the asshole. Everyone sucks here. I kind of think everyone sucks here.
Yeah, I
have because
it's just
I think, like you said, you could just move. You could just get up and be like, I see you're having a hard time. My fault. Let me just help you out.
100%. Just wait a second.
On the other hand, everyone sucks here because as a parent of an autistic person, you're supposed to teach your child from a young age how to respond to being told no. That is one of the key factors of letting them be a functioning adult, is letting them learn how to hear no. Because if they don't hear no...
Hold on. This is a 13-year-old autistic child we're talking about.
I'm talking about his parents.
I don't give a shit about the parents.
No.
The person who they're trying to console is still 13 years old.
And autistic.
Like, if a child at that age was throwing a temper tantrum, you'd be like, get over it. But, like, yeah, they need to be taught to deal with stimuli and shit like that, but when they're like adults, they can really comprehend and understand. Like,
you not if they haven't been taught though, and there's different levels of being autistic. But at certain levels, if you're not taught that, then
I mean, if they're
learn,
this
like,
reluctant to change, then it must be like a serious thing for them. If this was that big of an issue,
I think if the mother's just giving in lets them teaches you that I can just get my way by doing this, and so she's always giving into it, and that's just being taught that this is how I get my way. She's not properly teaching him how to handle being told no. And he grows up, and that's how he deals with things as a 13-year-old teenager, and that's just why they suck here. They're like, please, just let us have it. I'm having a hard time. The world doesn't revolve around you. Yes, as a nice person, that's why everyone sucks here. It's because if you're an asshole, it's not that you should have to move. In fact, it's your right to that seat. It's crowded. There's nowhere else to sit.
You already sat there.
It's your seat. But that's not right or wrong. Is being a good person is right or wrong. It's just, I could do this out of the kindness of my heart. I might be out of it for a little bit, but it would mean more to her than it means for me to sit here.
What if it wasn't?
But also on the flip side, you're not entitled to my seat.
No.
No one is entitled to this seat that I'm sitting in currently but me.
I think it's sort of fucked up for the parents to come at them and talk to the manager and say, like you should ban them and all that.
She was milking it out a
however,
little bit at the
I
end.
don't-
That was a little too much.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit here and say I think it's unreasonable for them to like ask for that seat though.
I really don't
Like,
think. I really
think-
don't think it's unreasonable to ask.
No,
It's just
I don't
what
think it is
happened.
at all.
It's
Like,
what happened.
no, you gotta
It's what
expect
happened
them to
after
say
Wit
no.
said
You know
no.
what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, you
yeah,
gotta expect
once they say no though, it's like it's a done deal. You say,
And
hey,
even if the kid
like,
would have
we're gonna
freaked
wait
out
a
a little
little
bit, if he was
It's
like,
yo, we're still in the
"Oh, yeah,"
restaurant.
and they're like, no, honey, we talked about this. We can't. They said no, so now we have to find another solution.
Yeah. Yeah.
And instead, that's not what happened.
It's a lot easier said than done though.
It is.
It's a lot
I'll give you
easier
that.
said than
Parenting
done.
is a lot easier said than done. It's a lot easier to judge other parents' actions when we're not actually there.
Yeah.
I was about to say
100%.
like here's the thing though.
Because it could be hard. She
It's
could be really stressed out, and she could just be like, please. I
On a-
just.
on a-
Because
on a
I've
non-
had days like that where I'm like, please. Just
on a
100%.
please.
On a
Also, y'all know if it was us though. Like,
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I was
on
gonna say,
a
too.
I'm
non
gonna hesitate, but yeah, we would
we
move.
would have moved.
on a non-subjective like
We would've
standpoint,
moved.
if you compare it, or if you like not subjective, but if you like look at it even in a dramatic essence, you could compare this to like the psychology like train thing where they're like, oh, would you rather kill one person you know or five people that you wouldn't?
Yeah, the
Because
trolley
crane's
problem.
Right,
it's
right,
like,
right.
would you rather inconvenience yourself to less inconvenience the outside world, or would you rather say fuck the outside world? I don't care how much damage it gives.
Like,
Because
yeah,
again,
right.
those two people moving, they did have another option. It didn't say that there were no tables left. They just had to wait.
Also,
Yeah,
I think
so they were
we've
dirty
been
since-
places where we're just standing and chilling.
Right.
And
right.
that's what I'm saying. And
We're
like,
also like those types of
also,
people.
the
Though, too,
parents know that they shouldn't have to. Probably should know that, maybe they should do something or offer something up to make this an easier solution.
You
for
guys
them.
drinks
Like,
or something.
I'll buy you guys an appetizer. I'll send an appetizer your way. Like, I'll make sure that like they get your table cleaned off right away. This
Yeah,
table
grease
just
is
means
hot.
something special to us. Like,
Little
exactly.
bit.
Because I hate how
Don't
we try to throw it in.
insult
Like,
them.
oh, the tables around us were dirty. It's like, so?
Like, did you really think you were gonna get them to move with "you're rude people"?
Yeah,
like,
like,
no,
child's
that made
autistic,
you like
though.
That made me want to
100%.
just sit in my seat harder.
100%. The person
Like
who sat there
half,
was just
no,
like,
man,
"You
that's
got
what
a
I'm
20?
saying.
Like, give me like I got
You got
change."
some for
Like,
inconvenience for this?
that's what I'm saying. How about, sir? You come over there. Give me a
Oh,
little, give me a little
Jesus.
rub and tug into the table. Give me the
OTPHJ.
That's
yo.
what I'm saying.
You get it.
Tim Tebow.
Oh my god.
That means two things.
So I was opening with Jamie, and one of the managers came in, and he was like, "Oh, Cliff, like I didn't see. He works at Exon, and I haven't been in Exon in a year." And he was like, "Oh, you growing a little Malcolm X beard." And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know what type of beard Malcolm X had, so I thought he was talking about this, and I was like, "Oh, word." He's like, "Yeah, last time I saw you, like you had nothing," and I was like, "Yeah, that's like the last time I shaved." And I went in the bathroom and I googled Malcolm X. And he was talking about this. And I was like, yeah, he's talking about this. I was like, yeah, if I shaved all this, I have a pretty solid goatee. And I was like, I've been trying to grow this since July, though. What about this, though? Like,
What Kev said, my shit was patchy.
I was like, yeah, let me just get some,
Man,
what's it
use
called?
that
Let me get some
castor
Beijing
oil.
on it. And put it bridge the gap. I told Jamie, he was like, I'm about to trim up my facial hair. I was like, yeah, just put all them Johns in a baggie. I'm gonna I'll just have brown and black hair. I gotta put it other places too, so it's not just one spot. It's just littered.
It's
Oh,
two
it's
different
just hair
kinds of
dye. It's
hair,
fine.
though.
What? It's both beard. It's white person hair, black person hair. It's beard hair. We are kumbaya. We all the same.
You say kumbaya, nigga.
We can kumbaya, but different hair type of different hair type. Like Brendan's red ass thick beard hair is different than Jamie's like blondish brown
shit.
beard hair. Like,
It's the same texture.
and they're both white dudes.
Kumbaya.
No,
This nigga said kumbaya. Get the fuck out.
What you mean?
He is
That's
shut the
great.
fuck out. I'm done.
I'll give you that one. That was funny.
whoa,
Thank you.
whoa,
It's good.
whoa.
I stopped it.
Oh, I was like, wait. That was just like,
I was
whoa.
using my brain. That's why I wasn't talking.
I was using my brain.
Yo,
It dumbed me.
I saw two things football related that I wanted to talk about because I just saw all
Alright.
these clips. I saw the funniest clips of 2018, which one of the best ones was You know how they always say like who their name is and what school they went to? The two funniest ones was one guy did like an accent and he said that he was from Wakanda University, which was really dope.
Nice.
Oh, I did see that live too, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Isn't that Michael
dope.
Bennett?
Yeah,
Another Another guy said some middle school, and I just fucking lost it. He was like Tacoma Middle School, and I was like.
Like, nigga, you went to some schools before, like after that.
The second video was apparently, I don't know what university it was, but apparently Kodak Black went to like some universities like football, like
homecoming.
No, like they went like to a game or something like that, and he was in their locker room, and they were like they were all like talking to him and stuff, and he goes, "Yeah, man, I just got my GED, and I'm trying to go to college," and every one of these motherfuckers laughed at him. Every one of them straight just all went, ha ha ha, and he's just standing there like you know how he like a tiny dude, so he's just standing there, a bunch of these like big, tall like adults. Like, he's just like,
nigga, I'm serious.
He's like, I'm serious, like, and he just looks so sad. And then like it took like 3 seconds for everybody in there to realize that they were like, oh, he's serious. But what he doesn't realize, got out of jail. But like then again, he's also. Has the ability, it has the profile to be a star musician, not have to go through college, not have to live a normal life. Like he can do in that business. Right. You know, he doesn't have a college degree. You know, he doesn't have to. You know, I guess when he's in jail, there was probably a lot of people around him who was like, get an education, because you know
that's smart.
That's where they are. They not another person that he was around was Kodak Black. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. When he got out, he has this presence that he can be something, but at the same time, why are you gonna shit on a dude for trying to go to college? It just came off really weird because everybody was like, "Oh, like he's joking," and he was just standing there like, "No, I'm serious."
They're all going to college as a joke.
Yeah, because they were all like, "Fuck, I don't want to be here. I'd rather be
I'm only doing this to fucking. I'm only doing this to make money.
Yeah.
You already made it. Like,
yeah, right. He already set up for life.
I get it.
That's crazy though.
They're probably laughing.
Like that smart.
They're like, man, you already got money. You don't need college.
I wanted to bring up this play real quick. I think it's funny. If you don't like football, I guess you wouldn't think it's funny, but I think it's funny because the Browns had 1st and goal and they threw it 3 times. And then this is 4th and goal.
On 1st and goal.
1st and goal, 2nd and goal, 3rd and goal.
They really didn't convert any of these times?
Right.
No.
But
Jesus.
Yeah, they did. They converted this time.
Oh, well.
There was points on the board.
Oh, stop it.
What's supposed to score a touchdown with this play?
Yeah, right.
God, dude.
That is someone.
What are they doing?
What the fuck?
Can you go back? No. Start over. We're gonna start this.
What the hell?
That's 3rd goal.
All right. Okay.
I was about to say, first off, the dude in the front.
Scoot back.
No, scoot back 2 seconds.
Yeah.
The dude in the front was more open. Yeah. 100%.
Still, you're
not the dude in the back.
Right there.
Double coverage.
Right there.
Yeah.
That's Jarvis.
Right in the front.
That's Jarvis Landry.
If
you have him on fantasy, you know they have not been utilizing him well.
They haven't at all. They haven't used.
All right, nigga, what
like,
are you doing?
Double coverage.
Like that was stupid.
Oh
that was just stupid.
He panicked.
Oh
so
my
badly.
gosh.
That's the Rams too.
What is wrong
But still,
with you?
That's
dude?
the
Why
go
would
to
you?
over.
I would have
4
ran it on
times?
4th and goal. At
With
least
Nick
on one
Chubb.
of these goals.
Could you show us
with
the
Nick Chubb?
Could you show us the
Nick
first
Chubb.
and second
Nick Chubb
goal?
that's killing it the whole
Could you
time.
show us the first and second goal?
I will definitely run it with Nick Chubb. You're right there, Nick
They
Chubb.
literally killing it the whole game too.
Oh wow, he just got a nice play too on a 2nd and 7.
The pause button. Fuck.
Nice.
Damn, they just could not convert.
Nice,
That is
nice.
terrible.
Wow, there was a penalty too.
Yeah, there was.
Because they were on the 12.
They got moved up.
Nope.
Why are they overloading the right side though? They're throwing it in the double coverage.
That's what I say. Not even that. They're literally overloading the middle. Yeah. Like nobody's going to the outside, even just to draw a block out.
He's right there.
Everybody's
right in
on
the
right
middle.
side.
Oh my gosh.
See, like, why not even try to let Chubb at least
like
run
everybody's
it a
gonna
couple
all go.
man.
Like the
They
dude
have all 3 timeouts. They have all 3 timeouts.
They're all right there.
What, dude?
You can't even draw them out of
this
triple
is just
coverage
bad
because you're all
football.
going the same way.
This is
is
the
just
Browns
bad
beating the Browns.
football,
I'm
dude.
sorry, but this is typical Cleveland Brown play right
Jesus,
there.
Freddie
man.
Kitchens. So what happens a
Like,
lot of the
that's
times?
bad.
What happens a lot of the times is coaches taking over mid-season mask a lot of issues. Sometimes it is easier to coach out of someone else's playbook than to make up your own plays and then coach those. They're drawing plays. Freddie Kitchens is drawing plays that just don't make sense. You are trying to take players like Odell and Jarvis Landry and be like, all right, go deep. Baker's going to throw it to you. Nigga, Get them on a slant route and let them do their thing in space.
Like 100%.
Literally,
Seriously.
Odell does his thing in space.
Seriously.
You send the outside guys
You're trying to bump
inside.
it.
You send the inside guys outside. Just send.
Wow.
Not even that.
It's like they're trying to score a home run every time. Nigga, check down sometimes.
Why you hitting,
Don't always check down,
why
but check
you
down
hitting
sometimes.
Hail Mary every time,
Or give it
nigga?
the Chubb. Give it
Like,
the Chubb.
give it
bro.
the- it's-
Something.
Yo, fantasy owners
hit a
were
run
like,
and play real quick.
Dude,
Like,
you cannot. People were not
Like,
even
look
fantasy
how
owners.
far they were at.
Browns fans were
Bad.
watching that like, nigga, run it, run it,
Bad.
run it.
What
We
are
have
you
3
doing?
timeouts. Run it.
Like, look how
Do
far he was from the
something.
goal line too. What was they at the
At
12?
one point,
They were
like
at the 5.
They were at the 4
At the
yard.
floor.
Like,
the
why
4.
not just let Chubb run it up at like 2 yards and then have Baker at least go over the top or something? You know what I mean? Like,
Easily,
don't pass
dude.
this close.
Easily, man.
Not only
Jericho.
that.
Oh wait, actually, oh,
This is so stupid.
Especially after the first fucking time you try it
Yes.
and it doesn't work, and then the second time you try it and it doesn't work. Oh wow.
If I were them, I would have at least tried to
Wow,
run it 2
wow.
more times.
that's what. That's how that
Oh
happens.
shit.
Nice.
That's how that happens.
Yeah, but
Fast
also
work.
nice.
that would have been a 6.
Yeah,
That
I
would've
thought
been
that
a
too.
6.
I thought that
That
too.
would have been a 6.
I thought
had
that
he
watching
not
the
ran
game.
into that dude.
Yeah,
Damn.
That would have been gone.
and so yeah, that's how we get there.
So they killed 2
Oh,
minutes.
you rolled 2
Mhm.
buds? Word.
What?
Nice.
Dude, it's absurd.
Yeah, this is just bad football.
They're
dude.
just they're killed. They're gonna kill.
I'm sorry.
OBJ's
I think
career.
we could do better on the Browns.
Oh.
Let me
Shit,
get, let me get in the
maybe,
You know,
way.
nigga.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Baker Mayfield is not a bad quarterback.
He's not.
He has
He's-
flaws, but he's going to be a good quarterback. Freddie Kitchens is an awful head coach. I won't even say awful. It's just not working out right now. When you throw it 4 times when you
This
were
is really
on the
bad.
4-yard line, it's just not working out.
It's really
Is that the
Like right here.
offensive coordinator?
I'm sorry.
I would have
Head
handed it off
coach.
to Nick
Or the
Chubb.
head
Got me up
coach?
the middle.
That's
a
what I'm
little bit.
saying. Like, who you put this on?
But the thing is, he took over.
Like, what
Do a
kind
little
of dumb
cutback.
shit?
it's a little
fam.
on everyone.
What's
It's a little on
Like,
everyone. Baker kind of
anything.
messed up a little
Hit
bit.
him with a jet
but-
sweep real
Or
fast.
if anything,
Everyone's
why didn't he
complicit,
throw
but it starts
to
at the top with the
backfield?
head
Like, you know what I mean? Throw it to Chubb a little bit. At
I
least
got
let
a
him
technical
try.
question.
But that
Yeah.
was bad.
What happens if a pass
Wow.
hits off a finger, hits off the goalpost, and then
I was literally thinking that when it hit
because
off
it
the
hit off the
goalpost.
goalpost. I was like, what if
literally
somebody caught it
had no
off the
idea.
goalpost? Is it out because it has to hit something that's out of bounds?
I was thinking that. I have no idea.
Hold on. I think the goalpost is technically out.
That's
It
what I'm
is,
saying.
it's out of
Yeah.
bounds.
So yeah, it's out.
Yeah, so if it hits the
Unless
goalpost,
it hits
then
the top of
it's
the
out.
goalpost, like right
Bro.
Now
over
hold
the-
on, let me ask you a
Like
question.
where the
If it
pole is,
doinks off
Yeah.
the
Nah, because
goalpost-
it's still out of bounds.
Well, yeah.
It,
Hold
like
on.
the goalpost is at the back of the end zone.
Well, hold on. If you catch a field goal, it's considered an in-play ball.
Yes,
but
if it was missed,
Yeah,
yeah.
if
But
it was missed or
if it-
short.
But if it doinks off the thing, is it still an in-play ball?
I don't think so.
If you catch it.
I don't think so.
I would say no because
Yeah,
if
same.
you look
I
at
think-
how the position,
like
they're out
like I
of
said,
bounds.
like the
I mean, some of them are out of
the
bounds,
Johns
some of
are
them are
out of
right-
bounds.
Some of them are like right on the edge. So like it's almost like maybe they could be out, maybe they could be.
I was
in.
doing that the whole time. That
I
you didn't see that? You were
I'm
fucking
gonna see it when I go back and edit.
the whole time. I just been.
Just locking hands with the mic.
Me and my mic.
that's just
All
yeah,
right.
That
like I
was
said, I think it's
horrible,
out of
dude.
bounds.
I saw that and I was like,
It's not like
33
rugby.
seconds too.
bro, they burned
Yeah,
so much
three
time.
What the hell
three
did
fucking
you-
timeouts. Didn't use shit.
They went through those downs with how they only had a minute with the ball.
Nobody thought to come
They
back
should
and be
have
like,
wasted the whole entire time and at least ran it twice and let the clock go
something,
down.
man.
At least a little bit.
Oh man.
Because they're like, oh, we're just gonna give it
You
back to the
have
Rams with
3
53
timeouts,
minutes,
dude. What are
53
you
seconds.
using it for? What is
Dude, oh, it was so
It's the end
bad.
of the
I
game.
was watching that
That's
too. I
why
was
they're
like,
not going to go anywhere.
No, man.
Because of that,
do
they're
something.
not going
do
anywhere.
Something. They do something. Oh, you just gonna do that?
Wow.
Just gonna do it 4
anything.
They're not
times?
going anywhere because of the fucking Browns. That's why.
No.
Yo, the
Baker
Browns-
Mayfield almost took them last year.
I was
And they were the
Baker
Browns.
Mayfield is a nice quarterback,
He
but
is
they need a
nice,
better
so-
coach.
They need a better coach.
Yeah.
Because
16.
once they get that missing piece,
Also,
They'll be
OBJ
nice.
needs
They're
to
gonna
stop.
be
He
at
needs to
least
stop
a
wearing
9-win
fucking fake.
No, he be
Richard
balling.
Milles.
Oh, it was fake.
That last one was.
It's fake.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing real shit on the field.
The first one was real though.
And then he was like, "Damn, somebody gonna yeah,
oh,
no."
like Michael Crabtree, the bull, like snatched his
I'm-
chain.
I-
They're like,
everyone-
That's his
everyone-
grandma's.
That's
My
what I'm
grandmama
saying.
gave me that
Everyone,
chain, nigga.
everyone,
My
everyone I
grandma
talked to was
chain.
like, "Hey, he's wearing jewelry on the field. You know, you're allowed to
But that
grab."
says-
Even if someone, the rules are, if you have dreads and it's outside the helmet and someone grab it,
Oh yeah, it's legal.
fair game.
It's totally
So that's the same
legal.
thing. They're saying
It's like
it's
that in
chain.
every sport.
But
Oh,
nigga, his
not-
grandma
not
gave it to him,
basketball.
and you know it.
Wasn't that Talib that did it
come
too?
on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
they
you know
had
it.
a few. They had a few.
He's always a douche.
Yeah.
Punch me in the face. Don't yank my grandma. Like, now
Come
we
on,
squaring
he
up.
yanked it
You
up,
might as
yeah.
well punch me in the face because we gonna square up if you
Yeah.
Don't you hurt my
After
booty?
this game, nigga,
Yeah.
like, come
did
on.
throw hands hands with the helmet on. I was like, Michael, chill.
100%
you know he got a helmet on, right?
That's a weapon.
You know it's gonna hurt you more than it hurts him. Right?
All right, guys. I want to move into horrors of the world.
Yes.
I think this might be my last segment here.
This is the last segment.
Oh, well, there we go. I made it through.
No, I don't like that beat. We're gonna mix it. Horrors of the world. Woo. Jake, you ready for this?
Let's do it.
We got some nice topics I want to talk about today. But just one horror of the world.
It's mine.
Listen. Horrors of the world. Listen. About to tell you about a ship you won't guess it for a pearl. About to come out my hip and empty my whole clip. I'ma tell you about the ship. This ship was pressured by steam. Let me set the scene. It was 1912 and it's a well-known story, but it won't bore me. We talking Titanic, yeah, that bitch sank. That ship, it broke in half, sank to the ocean floor. Everybody on the ship, they wasn't there no more. So you know the story, but let's take a tour B. I bet you don't know everything about the Titanic. Yo, them while saying we talking conspiracies and the knowledge that we received. Now put your tin cap. I spit my sin, my facts go sing. Gross negligence, don't doubt my intelligence. But let's talk about what ifs. Yo, my name is Cliff. I wanna tell you a story about the ship. Listen, that shit hit an iceberg. Listen, but it ain't Ferg. This shit is about some crazy things that happen in the ocean, but it's emotion. I just want to tell you about the ghosts, but listen, we ain't on the coast. And shit. So,
Okay,
the Titanic. Guys, we all know the Titanic. We saw the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio. I forgot to hit pause on
I
it.
like it.
Cliff. That was
Thank
nice.
you.
I like that.
That's fire.
Thank
You
you.
gotta
I think
replay
I-
that. You gotta
I was
go
about
back
to
again.
keep going. I was bad shit.
I just wanted to
You
keep
about
on
to cipher
going.
real quick? I see that y'all say 47 minutes on the beat. Damn.
It switches up. I was like going,
No,
and then I was
figured,
like, and then it
figured.
stopped, and I was like, nigga, I thought it was
Then
just
it got
going
real
to
hard.
If it would have
I
looped
liked
for
it.
47 minutes, it's something you could just chill on and then
Right,
stop
right.
and fumble and get back on. But the fact that you like, all right, I like that it changes though, but it's weird. Anyway, horrors of the world. Titanic. You guys know the story.
Yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet.
I
Draw
know
me
the
like one
story.
of your French girls.
Oh yeah.
Paint me.
Top of the world. Draw me, paint me.
Paint me.
Fuck me. They fucked in that car.
Who's that too?
The steam on the window. The ship going down. The ship going down is actually the most important part of the story.
Yeah, because that's
Yeah. Because that was like the real part.
The real part.
the
The only real
Titanic,
part. The only real
Titanic
part
is
of the
about some
story.
old lady, getting fucked on a boat. on a cruise ship
And then she
once.
fucking throws. I got the whole thing.
And
The
she
whole
got
time.
diamond for it too. Like,
We was just down there. We finna go get it.
nigga.
So I want to talk
See,
about
when you
the.
threw it to me, it just landed on my arm. I was
dude,
like,
stared at it for a second.
I was like, oh, that's hot. Oh, me.
Ow.
Rap bad.
Ow.
The RMS Titanic was.
Burns.
Oh yeah, that looks like it burns.
If we
I'll
pick
leave
it
it
up,
right this morning. Oh.
just watching this shit.
Should I put it out? Do I?
Does it feel good? I don't know. I might.
Meanwhile,
Is
we
that smoke
just.
from the blunt or from my skin?
Meanwhile, they just over there like this.
Here,
all over,
sizzle.
like,
What happened? Nigga, it's right there. Like,
No,
why
I'm
are you
still
staring at
trying
it?
to figure it out. Sorry, the Titanic was supposed to be unsinkable, right? It was billed as the unsinkable shit. When you say anything's gonna be un
It's
anything,
gonna
Like, it's a
That's
lie,
what I'm
nigga.
fucking
It's straight
saying,
up a
yes.
lie.
man, I don't be unfucking nobody. I hate
That ice was
everybody.
like, I'm gonna fuck this boat
Hey,
up.
you ever seen Don't Mess with the Zohan? We're going out of business. No, you not.
Actually, have that. But yeah, so it held. oh, yeah.
That many?
That's a lot.
Shit crazy.
It held 1,600 people,
Damn.
and they all died. Not all died.
Hold on.
Hold on. 1,512.
Oh, I was
That's
close.
fucking crazy.
15, 12.
Yeah.
And
So
also,
what?
the shit they pulled, like only women and children first.
Okay,
and
so
then
that
having all
okay.
the porn,
So
they
wait,
drifted
it was
fucked
only
up.
women and children, and it was only
of
first class
class.
women.
Yeah,
They did
rich
not
class.
let
Oh,
they did not let
whoa.
any of the bottom people upstairs until the first boats were boarded.
Yo.
Yeah,
And also
it
the
wasn't
first
even enough
boats
boats for
themselves were
everybody.
mad under
Yeah.
like
They didn't have shit. So on the voyage from Southampton to New York, it was gonna stop in like Cherbourg, France, Queenstown. It was carrying, like I said, hella people, including a crew of 898. It had been a mild winter, but there were still icebergs in the North Atlantic.
They should have fucking put anchor and fucking stop.
But the
for the
crew
fucking
believed the ship
night.
was unsinkable.
It technically
It has-
was by
They're like,
their
we're
definition.
unsinkable. Fuck this ice.
It had a design flaw.
Fucking
See, it had
ridiculous.
individual parts
Yep,
that were
had
airtight.
12.
But I think I watched something that said that they cut costs
No.
on those panels. What?
So the reason that they were like airtight like gates that's supposed to close if they like got a hole breach so it would contain the water in one part. The problem is that the things didn't have tops, so the water could just go over, and also
Well,
the
here's the
amount
thing, too,
that they could
that
fill
they-
up before they
breached
would
a
sink
lot.
was 4.
And they breached
and they
6.
breached 6 of them.
Yeah.
Partially one of them, but 5 of them
Jesus.
entirely, and it was just sinking. And then
So-
after that filled up, it filled up the other, and it just cracked the boat in half,
I
lifted
was gonna say, the
half of
fact
it
that
in the
y'all
air,
cracked in half
cracked
is
it in half,
crazy.
and then fucking one half of it went one way, and the other half went the other way.
So basically, they had gotten radios about icebergs. People tried to. They didn't get them. And at like 11 at night, they saw the iceberg dead on. They avoided dead on collision, hit it by the side, and like we said, all 6 of those valves were open.
And they were the only ship that was moving at night, so they were the only crew that was awake.
Like, the other
so
ships
when
that
they
were around
tried
them
to
were,
like
like-
radio for other people,
Nobody.
they're
Yeah,
all
they're all
asleep.
asleep.
And a lot of times,
Well,
not
not
even
even
they were
hold on,
asleep,
not
too,
even
with the
asleep too.
flares.
The nearest ships that are around there are like fishing ships or whaling ships, so they couldn't
Not
be
much
in the
they could
territory
do.
that the cruise ship was in.
And not only that, yeah, because they can't break the ice, but also they're like the person who's the fucking Morse code operator, like, is it there? Or they're not boats that have somebody who can send messages. They're only listening to nearby chatter, and then they're trying to like find a way to like get to somebody so that they can like.
Like no one's looking for them. So
Yeah.
the boat sinks. Sorry, I'm sorry.
There
We're
we
about
go.
to be done.
Nah, you're cool. You're
So
cool.
the boat sinks 2 a.m. It splits in half. It goes like this. You know the movie. Splits in half, sinks, hits the ocean floor. In 1985, we discovered the Titanic. Yeah, we all know that shit.
No conspiracy.
The conspiracies. All right, conspiracy number 1. J.P. Morgan planned a disaster to kill his rivals.
Potentially.
So this theory, this is all potential, nigga. You don't gotta say that. Yo, we gotta put
It's a conspiracy,
conspiracy.
nigga.
It's all
Go on.
He said potentially. All right, so the theory goes J.P. Morgan wanted to have the disaster so he could kill his rivals, Jacob Astor, Isidore Strauss, and Benjamin Guggenheim. That's a funny name.
Guggenheim.
So basically, the theory goes that Morgan had originally planned to sail on the Titanic, but changed his mind afterwards. People are like, that's kind of sketchy. But it doesn't give an explanation for how he made the ship hit the iceberg or how he made sure the niggas would die on the. Yeah, but alternate versions say it was the.
Jesus Christ.
Did that nigga try to get or whoever it is try
That
to
was
get
my
contact? with you?
pager.
What?
What?
Nigga's a firefighter.
Oh, true. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
But you forgot.
Okay. Conspiracy number 2: the Titanic never sank.
Yeah, it did.
We saw this shit.
There's parts-
People
you
like
see the
good.
wreckage,
People
though.
like good insurance fraud theories, right? So this one goes: the Titanic switched with another boat, the
Okay.
Olympic.
Okay.
So basically, the Olympic was damaged sailing from Southampton to New York in 1911, the year before this. The company repaired the Olympic and it sailed to New York and back. It returned for Belfast for more repairs a few weeks before the Titanic set sail. Conspiracy claims that some people or person found the Olympic too severely damaged to be profitable and at some point switched it with the Titanic to purposefully ditch the damaged ship, reap the insurance money, and kill a bunch of people.
That's a little.
Wait. Go back.
They get a
How
brand
did
new
they
ship.
switch the ship?
I don't think they would knowingly
Titanic is
kill
built.
people.
Brand new
They
ship.
got the Titanic.
Slip Olympic on it, put Titanic on the damaged Olympic, give that as the Titanic, and then when it breaks, oh no, I still can make my money from over here.
So the Olympic is now the Titanic, and they have
the Olympic is now the brand new Titanic,
Right, and the Titanic is the brand new Olympic.
but it's not
But
brand new because
it's
it's
not
damaged.
brand new because it's damaged.
So you don't have to pay for a fixed ship; you just pawn it off on someone else.
Yeah. So the Titanic.
I feel like, what if
the
they just
Titanic
used-
itself never actually sank?
No,
But does
because
that
it's now the
mean
Olympus.
The Olympic
Yeah, the Olympic sank
What if they just use those
With
for
all
pictures?
those
allegedly,
people on it.
or
with all
perhaps.
those people on it still.
No, that's not. No,
They definitely like.
it's
If
definitely
they,
the Titanic. Because here's the thing: the Olympic. The thing about the Titanic was that it was the biggest ship of the time. You can't pawn off a smaller ship as being the biggest ship,
True.
and then
Alright.
come out with the Olympic, which is obviously a bigger fucking ship.
They're
Like,
like,
you
look,
can't build a Titanic-sized ship and then call it Titanic Junior,
They was
and then
Titanic.
have
They're like,
Titanic
where's your
Junior.
proof?
They was halfway through building it, so they just built it really small.
That is not the Titanic.
Okay,
It's
all right,
not the
all right.
Titanic, it's
Myth
not the
busted.
biggest.
Okay, or conspiracy busted.
Busted.
They were like,
About to get sued.
prove
Hey,
the
nigga, don't do
size.
that ever
Where's
again.
your boat?
See them pop up here.
All right.
All
Left me
All
alone.
right. Next one's gonna be a little more grounded. Conspiracy number 3.
Oh boy.
A mummy curse sank the Titanic.
Bro.
Oh, what?
Conspiracy
Where is this
4.
mummy?
Conspiracy
4.
debunked.
Listen,
Move
with
on.
the dog, it's a conspiracy. They go, listen.
The mummy
What's
was like,
what's the
boat?
story behind
big
it?
boat?
Shut up.
All right, so there was a nigga on the boat, right?
nigga on the boat.
He was talking about I got this Egyptian curse, and he died on the boat.
Okay.
And so when he got off the boat, everyone was like, "Yo, this nigga said this," and the papers ran with it.
Yeah.
When did he get off the
Was
boat?
that true?
No,
Like,
when the
that-
people
was
who
this actually
survived
true?
got off the boat.
Yeah, he was in
Okay.
Egypt, and he was on the boat, and he died. All
Yeah,
that's
no,
true.
I've never heard
This
about
just sounds like
Ever.
some spoopy, like, oh, he got ghosts in his blood, and then he died, and the ghosts came out, and they sunk the ship. Like,
Some nut shit, man. Like, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, they followed
I
him.
would believe
They
that
followed
if he
him.
died
They
before
followed
the
him.
ship
All right, have you seen the
sunk.
Mummy? Remember
bruh, what? Yeah, with the fucking rock.
when the no, not with the
You mean
rock.
the
The
fiction
first
movie?
one, Brendan Fraser, where
Oh,
the Mummy,
yes.
yeah, where they followed
Yes.
him, and then he see.
Okay.
See?
Yeah, you talk about that
But,
shitty
like,
CGI
it's
with the
not-
rock.
Well, hold on,
He's a
wait,
scorpion.
hold on.
But like, it's
Do you
not...
believe in ghosts?
No.
No. You tripping?
What?
All right, that's for another day.
Excuse
Listen,
me?
what? You don't believe in ghosts? Not even a little bit?
I do.
Not necessarily.
Oh shit, you tripping?
I don't not believe in ghosts, but I'm more, like, I don't put it on the same level as like aliens. Like, I know aliens exist, but I can also believe that when you die, that's it.
Because
Yeah.
one is like, all right, that's like I could probably assume some shit happened. One is like, I got a hunch.
I got a question.
Yeah. Oh no. One is like I could assume like there's life on this planet. Why wouldn't there be life somewhere else?
That's
One
true.
is like,
Right.
man,
We're
there
too
might be
self-
ghosts.
it'll be selfish.
One is
about it.
paranoia.
Like a
And
black-
the
yeah,
other
like
one
conspiracy.
is...
Yeah, that, I'm agreeing with you.
But I'm
saying-
like so much less.
So,
I'm like
the curse sank the
there's
Titanic.
No.
I
Allegedly.
don't think the
No,
curse
no,
sank the
no.
Titanic.
Allegedly.
I think the
Ghosts
missing-
Allegedly,
are just
sure.
like a paranoia.
Sure, I mean, there's
All right,
a
wait,
bunch
wait.
of... I do like...
You ever be chilling and you in something? You're like, yo,
No.
low key ghost. That's Titanic. The ghost was like, iceberg was like, oh shit, all right.
I think.
This
Nah,
goes-
that's stretching it right there. That's
I think
stretching
if we
it.
strong
find
as shit.
like
The
an
Avatar
ancient-
ghost, he was like, waterbend, push the iceberg in the way.
So you're telling me the Avatar fucked up the Titanic now?
Allegedly.
Ghosts.
Bullshit, man.
conspiracy
All right.
four.
Conspiracy
Supposed to be the
number
savior.
4.
The
The
Avatar
Titanic
is real.
was attacked by a German U-boat. So Titanic was supposed to be some marvel, like engineering
More
marvel.
ghosts.
So
Right.
obviously the Germans or the
Did you
Russians were
hear
going to
that
attack it.
Gingle man that was on there? There ain't no German trying to kill that.
Listen,
Was it? It was 1912.
So supporters of this
What's his
theory-
name? John Gargle.
That's
1912.
what I'm saying.
John
Like,
Google.
1912.
Gargle team or something like
Listen,
that. That dude is
listen,
definitely
listen,
German.
listen.
Wait a minute.
Guggenheim.
Guggenheim?
Guggenheim.
Guggenheim.
Yeah, y'all niggas say gargle fiend like he a
I don't
fucking
know.
he is
Gargle
statue
balls.
and shit like like nigga I was on the boat too and shit.
Sounds like he's a fucking.
What do you call them? Squidward tent balls?
No, all right, so wait.
Squidward testicles?
People-
I thought.
supporters-
Sorry.
Squidward tennis balls.
Wait. Supporters of this
Sorry.
theory.
Sorry.
Settle down there. So,
Squidward
supporters
Theodore.
of this theory claim that survivors of the Titanic heard explosions at the bottom of the ship.
Yeah, it's called a fucking iceberg
boiler
running
room.
into it.
Captain!
Like
Iceberg
that
ahead!
sounds pretty
Cliff.
fucking
Blow up
loud.
the ship.
What year did it? 12 or 18?
1912.
I'm telling you.
Why would the
Alright,
German? It's not even
Exactly.
World
We'll
War One
melt
yet,
the
bro.
iceberg
Then why
before
the
it
hell would
hits
Germans
us.
sink it if it's not even World War One? It's
Allegedly.
2 years before World War One.
Alright,
Is
That's
it
still
still a
ridiculous.
boat, or
I
a
got
submarine?
Okay.
conspiracy.
Submarine.
Okay.
I got
So,
conspiracy.
hold on,
I don't
I
even
think
think
it
they
was
had
John
those yet.
Eigelflager
They made them door in the world.
Guggenheim.
I think it was John Guggenheim.
Jingleheimer.
Jingleheimer
Smith.
Schmidt.
John
His
Jacob.
name is
John
mine.
Jacob Jingleheimer Smith.
All right.
I think it was
Conspiracy.
him.
Wait.
He pushed the boat
Conspiracy number
over to the
5.
iceberg, and he was like, "Yo,
Jack-
I want to hear this.
Jack Dawson is Jay Gatsby. So this one is fictional, so you can believe it or
I
not.
I actually believe this.
But
I can think this could
He
happen.
survived. He was like, I'm letting go.
And he's afraid of water.
And then she turned around and he swam onto another debris, got
no,
rescued.
nigga, she ain't turned around. She said,
Just like High Rose.
Jack. Where the fuck did he go then?
It's an alternate timeline where he survived the sinking of the ship,
Where the
built a
fuck
better
did-
life for himself in America, and he wanted to reunite with Rose, but
Rich
he
instead.
he built himself into a party-going showman in the jazz age in hopes that Rose will one day appear, but finds love with Daisy.
It explains his fear of water.
Then
It explains the fear
Then-
of water, though.
See,
years later,
Why the fuck would you
Becomes
live
the
next
Wolf
to
of
the
Wall Street.
ocean?
wasn't. I mean, it was like the high wealthy area. You know what I mean?
But yeah, that's you can.
Yes.
But it turns out the whole thing was just a crazy lemon he took.
Dream.
Crazy lemon he took.
No, not a lemon. It's a dream.
Just
Inception.
a dream.
Inception.
Inception.
Oh my god.
Was just a whole
All
fucking
dude.
dream.
All right.
Inception. Done it.
Are you telling me all of his movies are now tied in?
Yep.
Eddie wakes up.
The Aviator.
He wakes up, but who is he? Pick another role.
The Aviator.
He wakes up.
Mama.
Wait, which one?
Was it the Aviator?
No, it's not. It's not. Come on.
Literally anything was happening.
He's the dude from the 50s who like steals airplanes.
No.
He's
He
the
wakes
dude-
up. No, fuck off. He wakes up and he's the dude from Django Unchained. He's the plantation owner.
What? No, come on.
plantation
You have a better life than that.
Come on. You want him to be the dude from fucking...
It ain't a deal.
No,
unless you shake
he's
my
the
hand.
autistic kid from
That's what he said.
That's what he said. That's what he said. Gilbert
That's what he
Grape.
said, Mama.
Yeah, Gilbert Grape.
Mom.
Hey, am I allowed to do that? Like
No.
I'm saying, no, yeah, is that shit?
Probably not.
No.
I don't know.
Yes, quoting a movie. All right, so
What other?
Brothers.
all right, so before we end,
Mm-mm.
X was saying what?
Conspiracy 6.
No, that was it.
That was
Conspiracy
right.
6.
Oh, all right, what's up?
That the Titanic finding in the 80s was actually a United States government project to search for two sunken nuclear submarines. They had two nuclear submarines that had sunk during training exercises that had never been confirmed by like outside sources to have been dead. They're like in the water, and they wanted to research what's that thing called? The radiation levels, and they wanted to check like the decay of the nuclear reactor on board the submarines. So the project that looked for the Titanic was funded really randomly and very strangely, and also it's a funding of a project that they needed basically like a third of what they got to do, but they built this craft that was like way more protected, like all the internals and stuff like that were way more protected, and they were like encased in like extra metal and stuff like that, and it didn't make sense unless you think about the fact that they're going to be around a radiated core, and they don't want all their electronics to get radiated, and they don't want it to have like radiation like fucking leaks and shit. And they even have videos of when they like
That's
pull the
actually
thing up.
that's the only believable conspiracy I've heard tonight.
Yeah.
When they pull there's videos when they pull the John up out of the water.
I even said that.
And like they don't like immediately go and like touch it, because they have a video of when they pulled it out from like one of the missions, and they were like, oh, just filming like, oh, we're pulling it out of the water, not because we looked for a submarine, but we did a test, you know, we did this like aquatic test of it, because they
Accidentally
basically
found it.
they kept saying, whoa, basically they like hid the entire investigation as they were looking for the Titanic. So when they found the Titanic, they just went up and they like pulled the thing back on the boat. Yeah. But when a couple of missions, they just kind of like let the thing sit out there for a little bit, got some like Geiger counter readings of it, and then it was like craned back onto the ship, and like nobody really touches it for like a little bit, versus they're like, oh, it's the Titanic finder, like
no, they're like, all right,
it was like,
let's
I don't want to
our
catch
shit.
nothing.
Let's not say nothing because they gonna know what we do. Let's finish our shit. Be out. I believe that.
Jesus Christ.
All right, so before we end, you were saying something about ciphering. You want to get a little real quick, John? Go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those were dope snaps yesterday. Yeah.
Why not? Yeah, we were.
No,
one of these?
yours.
What you mean?
Yours dope snaps yesterday.
They
Yo.
were.
I didn't
It was
flame you up
flames.
for it, but
Word,
this was
word.
it landed and then fell.
Whatever. You go 13 for 14 all night. That's a good game. I'm hit all podcasts.
Yeah, no, I know.
I'm
a evil
Bart Simpson.
27 heartbeats.
Bart Simpson. Nigga pimpin'. God damn. I'm fried. Sorry. Let me just grill hide. Let me hide in my shell like a turtle. I'm about to go post a bell for my niggas, even though they ain't even in jail, cause they sitting right here and the homie right next to me named real Lloyd. Any real coy, any real Troy, any that homeboy. Let me go down the line and talk about that nigga Jake. Real baked. Yesterday he gave me some cake. It was fire. I don't eat that shit. That was a lie. Then Brian over there, smart as shit, talk about the brown hair. I forgot. I fucked up. His hair's black. Then CJ Willie.
Being real silly.
Okay.
Homie's gonna move to Philly. And he's got the job at Hills. And he's real there, real krill. I'm kind of fucking up the beat, so let me pass it to the nigga beat.
Hey, he coming with that he, I meant they. But listen, it's okay. I'm sorry. But listen, ain't a Rari. I'm driving in the Honda, but I got Nanda. I ain't got a car, so I ain't going very far. I got a job at Hilly's, but listen, really's. I just told y'all about some shit about the ship. Don't listen, cause I ain't a crip. I got blood, so listen, cause we just sitting in the circle. Listen, I don't know what rhymes with circle, so I gotta tell you another rhyme, cause I use that shit all the time. I know y'all hate that, but listen, I'm coming right back. Hope you don't have a heart attack. But listen, I tried to come with that fire, but I don't inspire all the shit that I thought. But listen, what rhyme I thought? I thought I caught.
He thought he caught it.
Yeah.
He thought he caught it.
I tried.
That's fine.
This,
he thought he caught it, but he really bought it. Sitting like an alcoholic. Bollock. Looking real brolic. Hitting the fucking gym. Going at him. Going at them and shim. That's not a technical term. I fucked up. I don't even know in this world. It's fucked up. Got niggas dying, people crying. I forgot. Niggas lying. Why is he in the president? Why is he even president?
I just wanted to
Word.
switch to the beat real quick because I got a question.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Wait.
Word.
Because this should always take a while. Listen.
Question.
So I want to sing a song.
Love it.
Hey, listen, I got a question for you. Looking at the Band-Aid, I got a question. Did you get paid? Did you go donate blood? Cause, listen, I gotta tell you, cause looks like you got laid up on the bed. Looks like you had your hands up on your head. And you was looking at the machine, looking at me, looking like I'm about to be clean. Got money in my wallet. Listen, I really don't know what you call it, but I think you went there. And listen, my name's Cliff. I ain't got no hair, so that shit is up on my chin. Listen, I just wanted to say that.
I told it to you. Podcast, I was like,
hold on, you gotta keep going. You gotta keep going.
Listen, we ran out of time.
Oh, man,
no, this is too much. We ran out of time.
Great.
I did see the Band-Aid.
Yes, nigga, I did. Oh man, it's like $50, dude.
I know. I be doing it.
Yeah.
I want to go back. I just work so much. I'll be tired.
Looks
But
like I can get $50.
How much do you win?
$50?
Like 140.
all right, wait. All right, we can figure this out later. Do you guys have anything else you want to say before we finish? Because I'm tired.
Almost there.
No, I don't know. Shit, fucking,
Rap
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, rap more.
I want to hear y'all next.
You should write some
No,
of this
you
shit
don't.
down.
They gonna at least produce a beat for us.
Yes, I got you there.
All right,
About
guys.
to break into the rap
Jake,
game.
thank you so much for joining us. I'm sorry we used so much time, but thank you.
No, you're good.
Wait,
I
did you have fun?
appreciate it. I had a lot of fun. Hopefully I can get on some more.
Hey. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. My name's Cliff. These have been the niggas. This has been Higher Educations. Let me wrap this shit up. Podcast. Thanks for
New
watching.
nickname alert.
Man, wrap this shit.
Mr. Hesitation. All right, bye.